My granny called, she said, Travis, you work too hard. I'm worried you forget about me. I'm falling in and out of class, don't worry, I'ma get it, granny. I know.
Lucas, what's happening, bro? We were up late pillow talking last night after a long time of not seeing each other. I've been in Bali. This is my first time back in Australia. And as you can see, it's an absolute beautiful day. Let me show you guys. Psych, it's raining. So what is on the agenda today is I'm currently putting some final touches on my speech, which I have definitely not done considering the talk is at literally this time tomorrow. It's 9 a.m. on the dot right now. And yeah, I need to lock in today. This is how to apply this with your offer. So that's where I teach people how to actually apply. And yes, that is a gif of a shirtless man slapping paint around. I'm really excited. It's gonna be cool. I've got lots of different things to go through. It's pretty hard to think of something, this sounds a bit cliche, but like that is genuinely more fulfilling than sharing your mistakes with people. Like the only reason I know how to do this stuff is because I failed at doing this literally for like 8 years. And so this is the accumulation of many, many failures. Like, you know, cold calling specifically, when I got that job, it was my first proper 9 to 5 at 18. I made 58,000 cold calls over a year and a half. That sucked. You know, if any of you guys have ever done cold calling or knocking on doors or anything like that, like it's a shit job. So just finished. I'm really excited about this. I'm gonna let the brain kind of like wear off. It's pretty deep work. Then we have a business meeting with one of our business partners who I haven't seen for, honestly, probably like 2.5 years. How long has it been since you saw Dan, Lucas? Yeah, since you saw Dan.
A month.
Okay, a couple months. So we'll catch up with him, chat about some things. Then we'll come back here after getting some coffees. I'll finish working. And then we have the dinner tonight with our team. I'm fucking pumped. Who are you most excited to see? Who's your favorite?
I'm going to tell you my least favorite.
Yeah, least favorite. Yeah, that's more politically correct. Sweet, so I'll try and keep you guys updated on the journey. Hey, brother, how are you?
How are you?
Good, boss.
Should I just rip one of these or what?
What, Tesla? I know.
Should I get it?
Do you want one?
I'm tempted.
What are the pros and cons?
I mean, there's not really any pros. Cool car. I like it.
It is a cool car. Is this the Tesla Model S or the...
I think is this a 3, brother?
Yeah. Tesla Model 3? I mean, it's pretty crispy. I like how the roof is like. You can see it.
They're only like 50k, 60k for like a nice one.
Really?
Second hand to like 30.
I think it gets you from A to B. I think it's a clean, crisp car. I really like the interior.
The thing I always struggle with, how do you justify spending money on a car? My car's fine. There's nothing wrong with my car. It gets me from A to B.
Well, it depends what lens you're looking at it in terms of like, if you're using that lens, well, then you could justify not spending money on virtually anything. Like, why ever buy new clothes?
Because I'm seen in them. I don't get seen in my car. I don't even drive
What?
much.
You don't get seen in your car. Oh, okay, I get what you mean. No, I hear you.
Like when you walk into a room.
I hear. So Tesla would be the car? If it wasn't a Tesla, what would it be?
I don't know, Ferrari.
Which Ferrari?
I'm very not sold on getting like a BMW or a Mercedes or something. I think they're just like, you pay giant import tax, but it's just the Commodore of Europe.
Fortunately, I don't have to worry about that in Bali. I've just got my little scooter, and I just skirt around on that thing. I don't need to drop those kind of racks on a car. But if I was going to, I'd probably get like a nice Mercedes.
I'm off Mercedes.
Ranges are nice. Right, not like a nice Range Rover. I mean, I like Teslas.
One of my friends' grandparents bought car dealerships. You know,
Okay.
they own like 40 car dealerships around the country.
Yeah.
And when they were originally signing up for their licenses, because you get like a license to sell Range Rover, to sell Jaguar, to sell whatever, they picked all the brands they were going to sell. They're going to do Subaru, they're going to do this, going to do that. And at the end, there was a choice. They could either do Land Rover, which makes Range Rovers, or they could do Volvo or something like that, was the other one. And they made the active decision to do Land Rover because they're notoriously the least reliable cars. So they could make a lot more money off the service center attached to it if they did Land Rover.
Yeah.
So like, it's like you're going to get a supercar and then buying a McLaren. It's like, it's going to spend more time broken down. I mean, it's not that dramatic, but...
Yeah, I hear. It's, you're not buying it for reliability purposes.
No, but like, at what point am I actually just buying a hassle? Like, I'm about to spend 150 racks to get a new Range Rover. So I'm spending 150k, and that's not even the nice ones. I'm about to spend 150k to get a car that is more of a hassle than my current car.
I feel like you have to decide the purpose that you're buying the car for before you start evaluating cars. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of like looking into like a clothes shop and you're not sure like what like event you're going to, and you're trying to decide what outfit to buy. It's like I think you got to decide where you're going and what the purpose is before you start analyzing which is the nicest outfit, because then you're assessing it from one lens.
I think I'm increasingly just realizing I'm not a car guy.
I'm definitely not a car guy. I couldn't care less about the car I'm in. I would just want it to be nice and
Like, I'd rather get
just
another
nice.
watch. I'd rather get another 3 watches than 3 cars.
Yeah, I'm not a watch guy or a car guy. I would rather go on a really nice Japan snowboarding trip. Yeah. Alright, it is breakfast time. We're going to Social Groove. Sushi, man, it's looking busy, looking very nice. I'm super excited to meet the team. Give us a little fit check. We got the Pradas, we got the Travises, little fit check for me. We got the Ralph, we got the pants, crisp ones, and look at the weather, it's pissing down rain. It's alright, we'll make do. The boys! The boys! This is awesome. Seeing all the guys the first time, this is really cool.
Chicago that time, my bullshit aside. Wonderful vibe, wonderful night. Did it with try.
What's your review of everyone in real life?
Even worse than I expected.
Especially this guy. Nah, this is awesome. Good to see Quinn.
Yes, sir.
Oh, yes.
We made it, boys.
Sheesh. Came to us when he was 17, young hustler.
17.
Dude, how's it feel to be from here, from Canada, dude?
Doesn't feel real, honestly.
Yeah.
It feels completely surreal.
That's crazy seeing him speak in person, dude. I love it.
Good to see you. I gotta even see the screen.
Bad news, guys. It's currently 4 a.m. And I've been really sick. Fuck. I've definitely got food poisoning from that place. Such a shame, because it was fantastic food. It tasted brilliant. I've been, pretty badly getting rid of that food. I've been throwing up for the past hour. The event starts in like 5 hours. So I think I'm just gonna sit here. Yeah. We'll be right. We'll be right.
I've got bad news, guys. Fuck. Past hour, I've basically been violently dry reaching. Maybe that's too much, so it is. Let's see how we go.
Update for you guys. Back at the apartment, currently laying on the ground. It's sunny inside. I'm just gonna have to wait this thing out. Hopefully I can talk.
I'm feeling villainous. I couldn't afford them kicks. I had one pair and I cleaned them rigorous, you know?
Let's go! I'm awake, I'm alive. It only took 2 IVs and 0 sleep. But we're ready to change some lives. Let's do this. So we had a beautiful dinner. I mean, I really liked the sushi. Like, I would say that like the food was very nice. The wagyu was really nice. The sushi was nice. It was all going well, okay? Until we got back, you flew in from Melbourne, and then we met up, and then we got back to here at probably about like 12 a.m. And I was like, geez, I feel pretty shit, considering I only had like 3 cocktails. Anyway, so I was like, oh, that's all right, it'll be fine, it's nothing, right? So I get into bed, and then 2 hours later, I'm sprinting for the bathroom, like fucking Usain Bolt on steroids, right? And it was not pretty what happened next. I'm not sure, maybe we can sell like a GIF or something. Yeah, that's basically what happened, right? So that's what happened. I was like, oh, thank God. You know, sometimes you just, this cheeky little moment you get out your system, like, I feel like $1 million. Yeah, it didn't feel like $1 million, man. It didn't feel like $1 million for the next 7 hours. So I went back into bed. I was like, okay, that must be done now. Then I went back, and you can guess what happened. And then around about 4 a.m., I think I catalogued it. I ended up going to the hospital, the emergency room. There was one nurse. I mean, fucking I'll pray for all you nurses, amazing people. One nurse, there was 25 people in the emergency room. So she basically just said, like, there's people in here with, like, broken bones and all that kind of shit. Like, fucking need a couple of concrete to harden up. I was like, fair. Fair. So that's what I tried to do is I came back here, slept on the ground. I'll show you guys my little sleeping position. This is my little sleeping position for the afternoon. Yeah, I still haven't had any sleep, but I've had 2 IVs. So let's go put them to good use. When I first got into sales, I thought it was trying to make a sale. And I tried to do that and failed miserably for a very long period of time. And then when I actually started getting good sales, I realized it was about like leadership and transformation. And that's what I'm going to be teaching today, is essentially saying, hey guys, we're early in our sales career. That's a great thing because it means we haven't developed a lot of bad habits. People get into sales often because they want to make money, right? But when you're on a phone and you're having a human conversation with someone, your goal shouldn't be to make money from that human. Your goal should be, how can I get the most clarity as humanly possible on this person's problems as to why they're on the call or why they inquire with us? And then how can I find out if they've had these problems for a while, why haven't they solved them yet? And it's usually not because they don't have access to a product like yours. It's usually because they have a limiting belief, or I call them worldviews that aren't in alignment with the person who can solve the problem. So for example, if someone's overweight and you're selling them personal training services, the goal isn't to make money off that person. The goal is to say, okay, cool, well, naturally there's a lot of information online for free around like losing weight. Why do you feel like you haven't got there? And then they say things like, oh, well, it's expensive, right? It takes too much time. And so the conversation is, okay, well, someone who has lost that weight is setting a great example for their kids, or just can go for those games of cricket, whatever it is for that person. What worldviews would they have? Well, they would probably think it's really expensive to be in bad shape, because then you don't have a social life. You can't do all the things you love. You can't set a great example for your kids. So it's about helping them see that. And then at the end, we're facilitating a decision to commit to either the current life or that new life. And it's no skin off our backs. We're just the guide of the journey, but most people have never had that in their life. And so they go through on like this hamster wheel of the same problem, looking for information, pieces of information or whatever it is, and they get sold that, right, because it's easy to sell that, but they never run into a human who can lead them. And say, let's put the information stuff aside. What would the John Smith who has lost 5 kilos, how would he view, for example, making time? He may just wake up earlier. Right? So that's like an overly simplistic like answer to why I like sales. And I think that sales is a mirror, and you can only sell as well as you have personally developed and leveled up in your own life. Look at some other people leveling up in our entrepreneurship journeys. We've had to go through this journey ourselves, so it's almost like we're just helping other people do it. After you, sir.
Thank you.
I'm keen to see what Lucas thinks of all the talks.
Yeah.
I'm really sad to see I missed out on a lot. The sales side, oh jeez, this is gonna be rough. This is gonna be rough. I'll just wear the shades the whole talk.
Mid-speech.
Yeah, exactly. The first part about being really good at sales is never let them know what you're really saying. I'm gonna demonstrate that throughout the talk.
Been through flavors, never been Hakkasan, it's mad. DW40 tandem jelly mash is jammed.
Much appreciated. 5 stars for the service, my friend. Thank you. Thank you. Have a wonderful evening.
Diamonds, dots, no salary cap. Not refugees anymore, BTC.
About playside, I want it to be shaped like Hugh's head with that beautiful grin. So I can light up a whole house at all times. I was born ready. I may be feeling a 3 out of 10, but we've got to bring him a 10 out of 10 speech. People have flown from around the world to come to this event today. You know, one thing I love that Michael Jordan said was that he always played so hard because he never knew when it was going to be a kid in the stands first time seeing him. Yeah. Now I'm definitely nowhere near Michael Jordan's level. It's not necessarily a Michael Jordan comparison, but it's a good quote. You know, Kobe said the same. Fuck, I'm that dusty, bro.
My man, how are you, bro?
So guys, this is Riley. This is the man, the myth and legend who put this event together.
My man here.
This guy, co-founder of Helios. If you need any salespeople, hit him up. How's it feel, dude, to see that in there? Because he put this together. Obviously, everyone helped out, but like, this is your thing, bro.
It's a spinner, man. Like, I was just saying, it's not even 12 months since we started this whole thing.
Not even 12 months?
Not even 12 months yet.
How many people are in the group now?
270.
Whoa.
We got 40 of them in this room.
Yeah. That's crazy.
In May. That's in May we sold this out.
What do you think it is that made the group grow so fast? Because there's such good energy as well. Like there's lots of toxic shit fucking little Discord groups of people trying to self-promote and stuff. I wouldn't be here if it was that.
Yeah.
You know?
I think the biggest thing is that one it's free and everybody's so giving in the group. Everyone just wants to jump in, provide value, help each other out. Like, I think that it's created that snowball effect because it's all organic.
Yeah.
People inviting their friends because they get value from it.
Yep.
They want other people a part of it. So I'd say that's the biggest thing. Building like an actual community. I think that's the biggest thing.
It's like a culture inadvertently, because what we have at Troopers is what I try to do for our team internally as well. It's just everyone wants each other to win more than they care about their own self-interest.
100%. I couldn't say that.
I need to get some fucking water. Is there some water here?
Yeah, over there, bro.
Yo, so many questions. Who do I ask? Where do I go from here? What are you smoking? Ain't no average girl, my one top tier. What is it now? I stood on business and I made it clear. I'm over it now. You done all this.
I first ever cold call at 18. My family, we did not come from a lot of money. My dad, he sold seafood door to door, so I had to get into sales. And I remember the first ever sales call I made was I was trying to start an SEO agency in the basement of our parents' house, which I'll show you in a moment. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do floor sanders because they list their business number on the website, like their mobile number. It's gonna be the business owner. So it would have been like maybe 7 a.m. on a Wednesday, right? So I call up this guy, he's on the second page of Google, and he picks up the phone. I'm like, I'm fucking shaking, right? Like he says, g'day, it's blah, blah, blah business. How you going? I'm like, it's Lockie from Praise Digital. I'm calling, like no proper intro, right? I'm like, I'm calling because I want to see if you want to go from the second page of Google to the first page of Google. And there was this long pause. And he's like, you gotta be fucking taking the piss, mate. And I'm like, fuck, I don't know much about sales, but probably not supposed to start out like that, right? Do you know what day it is? I'm like, it's a Wednesday. He's like, it's a public holiday, mate. It's Australia Day. And you know that I'm based in Perth because I was calling from Melbourne. At that time, without the fucking daylight savings change, it was 4 a.m. for him. So he smokes me because I called this guy first of a call on a public holiday at 4 a.m. and he thinks he's getting a job, right? That scarred me from making sales calls for a very long period of time. Then I got a cold calling job for Census, who owns the Yellow Pages, right? So technically the biggest digital marketing agency in Australia, right? This is my desk, bounce don't break. Brian Tracy quote. I had a whiteboard to the left. I wrote 1,000% belief level at the top. I wrote ICDI, which was I can do it, I can do it. I used to whisper that to myself like a weirdo in between calls because I was so scared. And I used to track my metrics even back then. And I wrote input equals output there because I wanted to remind myself it's not about the output just yet, it's the input. I then went from that job and I started Veritas Digital, which is our first digital marketing agency, with that beautiful individual over there, Lucas. And that's us in his apartment in Armidale, building our first website. We went from the apartment to our first office. That's again, the seedy guy over there in the corner. We went from our first office to our second office. And that was fun. That was fun. Man, so many fucking mistakes along the way. So many mistakes. But I want to share this with you because we went from $0 to over $7.5 million a year now, between Veritas and ScaleSmart in cash collected revenue. This is not an overnight success. I wish I could tell you guys it was. That'd be way sexier. But I was this kid over here. I failed that sales call so badly. That cold call, man. Like I still feel the pain, and we've been able to do this. We must transform the human in front of us into the person who is capable of making the decisions required to achieve their goals before we ask them to make those decisions. Making $1 million is not the important thing. It's becoming the person who can make $1 million, that's the important thing.
There's a quote I love from Conor McGregor, and it's your lack of commitment is an insult to the people who believe in you. I love that because when you make it greater than yourself, and for like other people you care about, people you love, like how could you let them down? I'm sure everyone here has people they care deeply about, right? So take yourself out of it.
And that is a wrap on the Sydney Sales Conference event. It was really amazing to meet so many of you guys at the event. And I'm really thankful to have the pleasure of doing a talk in front of all you guys and be able to share a lot of the lessons that I've collected over the past 8 years or so, and so many other talks as well from amazing speakers. Unfortunately, I missed the first couple because I was dying in bed and I was hooked up to the IV. And as you can see, I still probably haven't had a lot of sleep. Lucas and I flew in last night back to Melbourne. He's dipped off to go back to work. I'm currently here and waiting for the Travis Scott event tomorrow, which I'm really excited. It's going to be heaps of fun. I'm down here with a bunch of friends. I'm going to go see Travis Scott. Tomorrow night he's performing in Melbourne. Then we are flying to Brisbane to go see him again because, hey, when Travis Scott comes down to Australia, we make hay while the sun shines. Something like that. My brain's still not working very well. That was... not to completely, keep bitching about it, but that was easily the worst food poisoning. Probably top 3 worst nights of my life. Like at the point that you're dry reaching for 7 hours, it's so painful. It's so annoying. By the 4th hour, you're like, body, please quit. Please quit. Just kill me now. But we still got to the event in the end. My talk was definitely very flat to the usual energy that I want to bring. I didn't make as much of an effort to go around and meet everybody in the room as I wish I would have. But I was holding on. I was holding on at the start of my talk. Because I also had like a relatively dense presentation. So a lot of the people at the event, they were speaking a lot about like mindset and their story and motivation and those things, which is really awesome because I actually think a lot of these events, you predominantly get, it's like the people who come, you get 90%, it's 90% energy and networking and motivation and hype and like 10% like actual tactical takeaways. And that's actually a good thing because a lot of people, they need to meet people who are in their space and are a few years down the line, especially when you're early in the game, because it gives you a lot of belief and conviction in the trajectory that you're on the right path, right? Because we all know when you get into something new or you're at the start of a career path, you've just always got doubts. Can I do this? Can I not do this? Do I have to be something special? And I think when you meet people who are a few years down the path, you realize, hey, they're just like me. My talk was a little bit more tactical, giving specific examples of different kinds of sales processes and how to improve their sales process and stuff like that. So anyways, this was really dense. At the start of my talk, I got up in front of everyone and I was like, 3 minutes in, I was like, oh, geez, I felt super dusty. And I was like, I'm not going to make it through this. I was a bit worried, to be honest, because I wanted to show up with the energy. But if you have the urge to have to go, throw up in the bathroom while you're speaking, that's not a good look, right? That's kind of out of my control. But I got through it. Ended up doing like a 90-minute talk and had a lot of really positive reviews from everyone. So thank you for everyone who was there and gave me your time. Really appreciated it. And man, it was so awesome to meet so many of the people on my amazing team. For me, it really is like, how cool is it that everyone else gets to meet each other? I think that is way more exciting. Like if you think about hosting a party almost, if you've ever hosted a party, it's not like, oh yeah, I'm the shit, I put this party together. It's more like you look at your friends and everyone's having fun. And you're like, it's so fulfilling to see everyone else come together and have fun. Because I've worked for a lot of companies and I've seen a lot of companies where you show up and it's just a job. Like you show up and it's literally just a job. You pay the bills, you go home and you don't give a shit about where you work. The people are okay, but they're the people that you hang out with because they're at your job. You wouldn't want to hang out with them. And that is so not what we have here. Like the culture we have in our company is, I'm so proud of it. And to see everyone come together and be like, wow, like there's no tension here. There's like, obviously I'm biased, right? But I'm being very truthful. Like there's no tension. There's zero toxicness. Like usually there's one toxic person in the workplace that kills the vibe for everyone. Absolutely none of that. So hanging around, like working hard with the people that want to push everyone to be better and they generally have your best interest at heart, but then also celebrating hard and going and having a lot of fun with those same people. When you celebrate with people who you work very hard with, it doesn't feel like a negative thing. So it's really, really awesome for Lucas and I to see so many of our team members come together, all love hanging around each other and have a really awesome experience, both the night before and then also at the event and then afterwards. Hopefully a few of them didn't get, have too big of a night. So we'll see, because I know they're flying out to somewhere today, which I will tell you all about in a few weeks. So yeah, Sydney event was a success. I'm currently on the recovery path. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video and I'll see you on the next one.
Having a cell, that's 2v1, that's handicap. Diamonds, dots, no salary cap.